league. Make sure you guys vote on the poll. Let us know what your favorite sports story is right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and get those super chats in. Let's go to some basketball topics. Let's start with the WNBA. For the second straight week, we're talking about who else but Caitlin Clark as she was left off the Team USA roster for the Olympics. I have the roster. I'm going to put it on screen for those who are not aware of who made the team. But Caitlin Clark, Raj, um, is the WNBA dropping the bag with this one? Is this a racially motivated move? Is this a little bit of haterade? Is this a something that they should have put her on to get more eyes on the overall product?
I heard all of that today from various people. Um, I'm not going to go the racist route. I don't. I'm not going to go there. I think that's just. I'm not going. I'm not going to go that route. I do think is a bad move though. I do think that Caitlin Clark should have been on the Olympic team. Now, granted, I know she's not one of the best players right now in the WNBA, but last week I think we said it that she is like a draw for the WNBA. She is their version of a Larry Bird for this league, and I think that they're doing themselves a disservice by not putting her on the team and at least giving her the Christian Lightning role because there is no. I mean, the women that made it are good players, of course. Brittany Griner, Dana Taurasi, Asia Wilson. Of course, they're all great players, but I think business wise, they did themselves a disservice because um, she is the key to making this league better and more. I guess more eyeballs we put on a product. Um, no, that's not to say that people all over the world is not going to watch, women in the Olympics play basketball. But think about it. You have Caitlin Clark, the number one pick in this year's draft, and she has been everything that you wanted her to be as far as taking this league to another level. I think it's been 27 years since the WNBA has been created or something like that to that effect. All 27 years they have lost money. All 27 of those years, the guys like LeBron, like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, all the superstar NBA players have been carrying this league. Now, for once, finally, you have this girl named Caitlin Clark, and you also have Angel Reese that's going to help turn this around and bring eyes to the product. Why not put Caitlin Clark on this team? Why not have the whole world see what Caitlin Clark can do? And granted, she don't gotta play like a great amount of minutes or whatever. She don't gotta be out there on the floor all the time. But damn, I mean, you want this to be a global thing, right? You want to see Caitlin Clark and this WNBA this WNBA league take it to another level, right? Don't you want them to be make money and even more money going forward? This is supposed to be a forward thinking league or trying to be a forward thinking league. But I think they missed the boat. I'm pretty sure she'll make it 4 years from now, of course. But I didn't like any of it. I think she should have made it, especially for a business standpoint. But it is what it is. They chose the women they chose. I'm pretty sure they'll go over there and they'll win a gold medal, of course. And life will go on. But I think they missed a huge opportunity to put Caitlin Clark on that team.
Cravanta, I'm gonna get you up. I'm gonna read the list as not only was it Caitlin Clark who was left off, but Arike Ngumbawale from Dallas, who was a second in the NBA in scoring, also left off the team. And Caitlin Clark is currently fourth in assists. So we got Nafisa Collier from the Lynx, Kalia Cooper from the Mercury, Chelsea Gray from the Aces, Brittany Griner, as Raj mentioned, from the Mercury, Sabrina Ionescu from the New York Liberty, Jewel Lloyd from the Seattle Storm, Kelsey Plum, Las Vegas Aces, Brianna Stewart, New York Liberty, Diana Taurasi, Phoenix Mercury, who's playing in her, what is this, be her sixth Olympics? Alyssa Thomas, Connecticut Sun, Asia Wilson, I mean, come on, MVP, Finals MVP, and Jackie Young from the Aces as well. So, Karante, who would you take off if you do put Caitlin Clark on? And like I said, Enrique and Wally didn't make it either. She's the chick in the State Farm commercials. If you don't know, she's in some State Farm commercials.
It is. This is tough because Raj. So this is my question I'm posing to the WNBA, the commissioner, and the guy, and the people that's running, the WNBA. What do you want to do? What are you trying to do? Are we, because this is a business, so
Right.
obviously we're trying to make money, right? But how are we trying to get there? And are we going to do everything it takes to get there, or are we just going to slow roll it? These questions I ask because I think you're right. Rod, you have a great point. If you're trying to grow this and grow this like the fastest way it can, because my gosh, Caitlin Clark coming right in time for the Olympics is kind of crazy on the timing side of the game. And if that's the case, yeah, the WNBA missed the boat. Absolutely. They missed the boat. Now, there is a little racial undertone. I know you said you wasn't looking at race. It's a little racial undertone.
It's a little bit, but I heard it taken like to the umpteenth point. Like,
Right.
oh, this
I don't think it's that.
like,
I
whoa.
don't think it's that. I don't think it's that, but it is a little bit. And there's been a couple instances prior to this where it's like, ugh. So one happened recently, when the young lady that knocked Caitlin Clark over, Kennedy.
Yeah.
I think the Chicago Tribune wrote an article about her, basically saying that was assault. I think that's a little on the racist side of the game. And also one thing that also involving Caitlin Clark, where she was on the losing end, but getting hyped and pushed, is when Iowa was a runner up in the championship, when they lost to LSU, I believe, when they got invited to the White House by First Lady Biden. And I thought that was a little on the racist side too. Iowa, predominantly white team, white state, white area, and getting invited to the White House after being a runner-up is kind of crazy. But even though like she's falling, like Caitlin Clark has fallen, or let me say not fallen, losing, and she's still getting a lot of press, a lot of positive press. I think the W, and this is the WNBA trying to figure out how to handle a superstar. I don't know if the WNBA was ready to put her on this team and get more backlash, get more racial backlash from that. Because again, WNBA, yes, we understand there's women that could ball all over the world, and there's some really good ball players in the WNBA. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But they wasn't bringing the eyes Caitlin Clark is bringing right now. That's a fact. If you look at the stats for the attendance and the viewership for Indiana Fever games, they are significantly higher than all other games. And Fever games, home and away.
Just look at the NBA game 1 of the NBA Finals, and I think the Fever outdrew them.
That's crazy, and that's great. And we're talking about the finals, but there's something we can't. Okay, a lot of people, I'm gonna say people need to put their pride aside with this a little bit, a little bit, because if you're trying to grow and be global, because once you're global, you're in a different stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where, I'm sure that is where the WNBA wants to be one day. But they're still trying to figure out how to deal with a superstar. Now, one thing I will say, the headlines be crazy when it comes to Caitlin Clark. The headlines be crazy. Like it's straight clickbait. All clickbait. Hey, woke up monster. I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? Woke up monster. That's the quote. Cool. I'm cool on that.
What else is she gonna say? She's supposed to say
right. Nobody's happy to not be picked to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark has probably made every basketball team that she's ever tried out for. And to not be able to be on the world known, USA team, world renowned USA team, it kind of sucks. But one thing, and she'll have time because you're a rookie, so you'll have time. I'm sure she'll make the next one. Back to the headlines. Her being snubbed. I don't think that's being snubbed out off the roster. I think that's kind of crazy. Snubbed is not the right term at all. I disagree with the term snubbed. Because I don't think you haven't been here long enough. You know what I'm saying? Like there is some type of merit to being on this team. There should be. Let's say there should be at least. But again, I think this is WNBA still trying to figure some stuff out. They never had a girl of this caliber before, and my gosh, that's a crazy air ball. But you could tell the WNBA is not used to having a player of this caliber, and it's showing because one, she's playing too much. Like the Indiana Fever schedule is crazy, bananas. If anything, Kayla should be glad that she's not on this goddamn team and get a goddamn rest from all this craziness that's going on. Because again, WNBA not knowing how to handle folk, they're giving her too much, too fast, too much hype, too fast. You know what I'm saying? Breaking her. She young and a rookie and all that, but she gets tired too. You tiring her out, and she just starting. So I chalk this up to the WNBA. Now, and honestly, this is not in WNBA. U.S. basketball is not even. This is not the WNBA's decision. So let's not push that narrative. This is not the US. Her not making the USA basketball team has nothing to do with the WNBA. Let's just put that. Let's just put that out there. But the WNBA is having a crash course of how, or they're having a crash course of having a superstar and having a Super Bowl, a superstar caliber player, and how to make money off of them. And they're coming through some pitfalls and all that, and the WNBA is learning like everybody else. So I understand her not being put on the team. I get it. She really ain't. She a rookie. She ain't been here long enough. She's probably not 12. She probably not the 12th best player in the league. But if you want to grow the brand, this is what you do. You grow the brand, just like any other brand. Our brand, we gotta show people. You got to show people. And yes, the WNBA, and the USA basketball team is already well known and all that. But you know what I'm saying, there ain't no documentaries out there. They don't have a redeem team. They don't have a dream team. And all that, you know what I'm saying, like how the guys are, you know what I'm saying, because that's ultimately who you're trying to rival and be like, you know, that's a rival who you should inspire to be like, to be global, to have documentaries, to have cameras all everywhere, because you don't know, in 20 years this may be the best draft class ever, you know what I'm saying, for the WNBA. That's what you're trying to do. And because all of this, the NBA is making money every which way, whether it's the individual player, whether it's a documentary about a team, a Netflix special about the Lakers. It's so many ways and avenues that the NBA is making money, and the WNBA, I'm sure, would like to be there. This is a step they could have taken to get on that train. Now, I see both sides of the argument, but if I'm sitting there, I say my question again when I was saying to Raj, like, hey, what do they want to do? What do you think? Like, what do they want to do? Because obviously they want more money, more eyes, more viewership, more attendance to ultimately get more money. Caitlin Clark's bringing eyes. I'm just saying, she bringing eyes, and use her because if we flip it, they do it to all the other black players. They use that and get on their backs and make money and all this other stuff off the backs of black players. Do it off of Caitlin. Why not? She's a new hot thing. Use her. The WNBA definitely going to. I think women should. I think they should get hip to it.
Drizzy Dre, get back. How you feel about this whole situation?
Hey, Chocolate Bright, I see you chiming in. You know, from a business standpoint, it makes sense to put Caitlin on the team. She's already averaging 2 million viewers every time she's on TV. She's national. Every game of hers is a nationally televised game. I just went to the Mystics game on Friday, and the arena looked like it was sold out, man. I mean, the Wizards can't even get those type of numbers now. My gosh,
Take a
it's
shot.
terrible. It's terrible.
I mean, honestly speaking, man.
Come on now, say it with me. Everybody beats the Wiz.
But so she puts butts in the seats. She gets people to, whether that's at home or in the arena, she brings attention and people to it. They were saying that, she could be on the WNBA. I'm sorry, not the Team USA next year. Time is now. You got to strike that thing while the time is now, because people's attention spans are not the same. And it's not to say that in 4 years from now, we may not be talking about her the same way. I don't know how her career is going to go. I do agree that the people that they have are good, are great players. But I'm just saying, from a business and marketing standpoint, just to put her on, even if she didn't get much time, it's just the fact that let's capitalize on and go all in on this while we can. I mean, Team USA, though, they've had great players and trials over the years because they've won the gold several times.
A lot.
Oh, and people are not talking about it. We always talk about the men and their shortcomings, but we don't talk about the ladies who actually win this thing and have been doing it consistently and greatly for years. But that's the only reason I would say that had put Caitlin on, just for that standpoint. But if you do look at it, though, the women that they do have, they do deserve to be on. But my only argument is just to put her on just for that, because like Cavante was saying, for years they've been asking for us to watch them, support them. And if you have a superstar who brings who it's different from somebody like a Cravante who's been watching it since the Genesis. That means he's dead. Our boy Paul, who's a season ticket holder. So some people have been all in from jump. It's different for you guys as opposed to people who are now just coming in.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The casual person who's not watching the WNBA but checking it out because of the Caitlin Clark effect. Yeah, watch. I would have just put her on just because of that. But also, let me say this standpoint too. It's not just Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese has a big she's a big part of why this whole thing is happening. It really is, honestly, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They're going to be tied together for this movement forever because of that viral moment that happened between them in the national championship game. So, but I think that at least Caitlin Clark should have been on. I'm pretty sure down the road they'll both be on Team USA without a shadow of a doubt. But from that, again, from the marketing and business standpoint, I would have thought that they would have put Caitlin on there just for that and to get more viewership on it. Who knows, an injury may happen or whatever to get Caitlin on as a reserve, but I'm not mad at the selection either because, like I was saying, they've been winning for years. But I do think about what she has brought to the WNBA and college basketball.
So Dre, and Raj, Byron, it's been the age-old question in sports. Is it winning or money? Same, so one of those things we ask, every time a contract and all that comes up, he doing this for the bag, or he want to go to a good situation to win.
So see, I thought you were talking about the Dallas Cowboys for a second, so I was confused.
First of all, it's always about money for Dallas. It's always about money. Always. Damn what you heard. It's always about money when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. But so I take the Olympic team as an example. We're gonna win like we continue doing, or we trying to grow the brand for women's basketball, and I ain't just women's basketball as a whole, because they've been winning for a while, but the brand for women's basketball has not been great, and they've been winning for a very long time. If y'all look at their record, the women's international, ain't nobody messing with this team. So, Caitlin Clark or not, ain't nobody messing with this team. So, do we want to grow the brand, or do we just want to win?
I think you can do both. I think
you can, but they're choosing not to.
I think that because I think Caitlin would have just been one component of it, and she would have been probably coming off the bench and contributing as a shooter. So I don't think that she would have necessarily had that much of an impact, this go around. So, and like I said, I think that for me, I would have put her on just for money purposes and trying to continue to grow the brand for USA basketball. But I think both could have happened. I don't think that adding her to the team hurts the team, and it's like taking away from somebody when they probably would have won anyway. But I think
if you have the opportunity to do both, why don't you?
I think that team. So from what I gathered was that Team USA said that the physicality of the game, because if she's already struggling right now with the WNBA and the physicality of it, and she's going to struggle even more because internationally they're even more rough. They going definitely roughing her up. So I don't think that. Plus Gino has come out with some comments too about the physicality of it. So I think that she has to still adjust. It's still an adjusting period, and that's probably what they're looking at.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Raj. I know you had something to say. I'll give you the last word.
I just want to say this. I get it. I understand. It's very physical. It would probably be too much for her. But like I said before, you could use her as a Christian lightener. You don't have to put her in the game, for half of the game or whatever. You use her in certain spots, and you just use her to grow the game. They have missed the boat on this, and I think they're doing themselves a disservice, honestly. Now, we already know that the men is going to be watched a lot, in these Olympics. Will the women be watched as much as the men? They might be. Who knows? But I think they would definitely be watched if Caitlin Clark was definitely a part of this team. But it is what it is. They missed the boat. Hopefully they Caitlin, gets better. Hopefully she makes it 4 years from now. But like Dre said, they might have missed the boat on her this year because right now she's hot. She's on fire. She's the talk of the town. She might not be 4 years from now. And the WNBA might not be where it's at 4 years from now, if you know what I mean. So it is what it is. They missed the boat. It is what it is.
Great analogy too, Uncle Raj, with that one about the Christian Laettner being on the dream team.
Well, let's get to.
And real folks don't even know that.
Right.
He was even on that team. Don't even know.
He's right. People do forget that he was really on the team.
Speaking of
Anthony Davis was on the 2012 team, but he was a rookie. Same way.
Very true.
Speaking of dreaming, I guess wake me up when the Lakers find a coach, Laker Nation. As it's now announced, they will have a coach by the NBA draft, which is June 26th, as Dan Hurley, which we broke the news early on, shout out to Dre, with the short, turned down a 6-year, $70 million contract from the LA Lakers. Sources tell ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, and he will instead return to UConn to chase a third straight title. Yeah. Hurley has gone 68-11 over the last 2 seasons, of course, 2 national championships. And he's trying to become the second program to win 3 straight men's national titles. The other one, of course, the great John Wooden UCLA Bruins. They did it when they won 7 championships in a row from 67 through 73. They have the number 1 recruiting class. They got guys coming back. They will lose center Donovan Clingan and guard Stephen Castle and Tristan Newton to the draft, but he's 141 and 58 in 6 seasons at UConn, 292 and 163 overall. I think UConn said they're going to make him the 3rd highest paid coach in college basketball. In the NBA, he probably wouldn't even have been in the top 10 with that deal. The Lakers did fire Darvin Ham, who's going back to Milwaukee to be Doc's top assistant as well. Kavante, I'm going to start with you because I know you mentioned you'll probably get more into a little bit when you get to the goofiness. But how are you feeling about the Lakers? I love you. I know you love the goofiness with the Cowboys and the Lakers.
One and the same. One and the same. Just so overhyped. Just overhyped. Always in the news. Good, bad, and different. Goofy, embarrassing. Good, bad, ugly, and embarrassing. They're going to find their way in the news. And all that transpired is just, this is where the Lakers have become. This is the result of the Lakers just mismanaging, just mismanaging between players, coaches, timing, and everything. I'm not surprised. Coach Dan did not come all the way to La La Land, to the West Coast, to be the head coach of the Lakers. It is a very, very stressful job. And back hilarious. Very, very funny. It's not as an attractive place to be as it used to be. And that's just what it is. And I don't know what his aspirations are as far as going to the NBA and being an NBA head coach. But if you have the opportunity and the clout, you'll go to a situation and you'll be able to choose, what situation you go to. And he's built a hell of an empire at Connecticut in UConn. And you leave all that for opportunity to coach LeBron? We've seen LeBron, what LeBron's done to coaches before. We've seen it multiple times. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times it's unfair to the coaches. And I don't know if Coach Dan wants that for his career and his legacy. I'm sure he still does want to be an NBA coach, but I don't know if LA Lakers was the best landing spot, especially given that LeBron is where he's at in his career. LeBron, he's about to come out. It's about to get weird. So I don't know if that's the best spot, nor the best time to be the Lakers head coach.
Go ahead, Rod. You want to go? I told you, JJ Redick looks like he's going to be the guy, but James Brago from the Pelicans and Jay Wright, they even threw him out there today, possibly as a dark horse.
Who?
Jay Wright from
He
Villanova.
coached at Villanova.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay,
sportscaster
yes.
now.
You know, I was thinking about Jay, the guy that was on that he began into it with Stephen A. Smith. He played at Duke.
Oh, you talking about Jay Will?
Jay Will. That's who I thought of when you said Jay Wright. I was like, wow, when that come from?
Yes.
But okay, Jay Wright. Okay.
And the Lakers been out since how long? And they still don't have a coach, and they probably won't have one until around the draft. Roger.
This is ridiculous. Okay, the Lakers made an ass out of themselves. They did themselves a complete disservice.
That's the word, Raj. That's the word.
I mean, they went out there. They made JJ Redick the candidate to be. He was going to be the guy. Then all of a sudden they pivot towards this dude at UConn who's won 2 national championships. Now, granted, he's a good college coach. Okay, he's a good college coach. We don't know what he's going to do in the NBA. We know that he coaches kids. He doesn't coach men. But it is what it is. They say he's very hyper. He gets very hyper on the sidelines. A lot of guys in the NBA don't care about that. Can you see Anthony Davis moving to that at age 31 or LeBron James at age 40 and he's being goofy on the sidelines like he's the Clippers owner? Like he's the Clippers owner? Yeah, looking exactly like how Magic's looking right now. Could you imagine that? No, I can't imagine that. So I thought the Lakers in general were completely goofy for trying to go after him. On top of that, now they look even stupider because he turned down that massive offer that they gave him or they was trying to give him. So
real quick, Raj, it would have made him the 5th highest among NBA coaches. For context, Darvin Ham only made $5 million, which was 18th.
Hey, Dre.
And that's the point I'm trying to make here, guys. It doesn't matter if he took the job or if he didn't take the job.
Stupid.
It's just straight stupid, as Cravante said. It's just straight stupid. This team right here should have just kept Darvin Ham, honestly. I don't know why they got rid of him. I understand Anthony Davis didn't like him in certain spots, but you know what you do? You go out there, you get an assistant to help Darvin Ham make some of these adjustments. You don't just straight fire Darvin Ham. That makes absolutely no sense. It made no sense from the jump. So now look at you. Look at you now. You're going out there getting JJ Redick or some other bum on the sidelines to try to figure this crap out. It's not going to be a good look for the Lakers. It's not going to be a good summer for the Lakers. They're going to go straight to where. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron does not come back to this team. I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially depending on who the coach is going to be, because they screwed this up. They really screwed themselves on this, and they looked even stupider than they did these past couple weeks by Dan Hurley turning down the job. So they getting pimp smacked to the back of the line, and I don't feel sorry for them at all. I hope Darvin Ham is laughing because I know Russell Westbrook was, but it is what it is, and looks like Boston will be getting number 18, and the Lakers will be getting. Say that again, Byron. What they're getting again?
Oh, they're getting JJ Redick.
Okay. There you go.
Go Google it.
Go Google.
Jersey Dre. Any hope? As you are the optimist here.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see the shirt is strive for
Hold on,
greatness.
let me get you on that, brother. Hold on, brother. I got you.
We strive for goofiness. That's what we're striving for.
Yeah, that's
Goat James.
It starts with a G. Strive for goofiness. I think that's what it says.
Oh, Goat James. It says strive for greatness, goddammit. The Los Angeles Lakers, that's what we do. We strive for greatness over here in Lakerland. Remember, we're tied with Boston right now, 17 apiece. Boston has not won the championship yet. It doesn't look good, but hey, stranger things have happened in the NBA. Nevertheless, I'm not mad at the Lakers for trying. They tried at Coach K a few years ago. Coach K turned them down. They tried at Dan Hurley. He turned them down. At least I have a franchise that's willing to go out there and try. And I think LeBron James will resign no matter who the head coach is, because I mean, at this point in his career, why leave LA? Your businesses are out here. Your money is growing more and more. LeBron is the GOAT. Goddamn it, GOAT James. But the next coach, whether it's JJ Redick, Jay Wright, I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm not mad at this team for at least trying. It didn't surprise me that Dan Hurley did turn down the job. I mean, anytime he had to go back and make a decision as opposed to being right then and there, I was like, yeah, he probably turned down the job. But it is what it is at this point. The Lakers, probably part of why he turned the job down is because the Lakers just have no real draft capital. Money is tied up in LeBron,
goofiness,
Austin Reeves. So they still have a lot of maneuvering in it.
You got money tied up in Austin Reeves?
They paid Austin Reeves.
I'm not coaching either.
So I mean, when you look at the landscape of the West, one thing about when you think about these playoffs, they have young emerging stars. Luka, even though he's been in the league, it seems like for a while, I mean, 6 years, he's still young. He's in his early 20s. You got Anthony Edwards, who we've seen. I mean, Cat looks like he about to be the face of the league right there. I mean, the work that he did. And he's just going to get better and better. You got SGA with the Thunder. You've got Yamba with the Spurs, and the Spurs, they got plenty of draft capital over there, so they'll make some moves. So it's a lot of young emerging talent over in the West and in the and right now the Lakers, though they have AD and LeBron, who are both all NBA. I mean, how much longer can you go seasons without them having any major injuries? And then all the past season, they made it to the Western Conference Finals, and this year they got swept by the gentleman sweep by the defending champs. And then you fire the head coach, so it shows instability right there when it comes to the front office and the head coaching position. So if I was, I don't blame Dan Hurley for turning down that job when UConn, you have a possibility, a history of being a three-peat, and then you're already even with the NIL deals, you still can be the head guy in charge, because people, one thing about kids, yes, they want their money, but they also want to win. So if you have a program that's winning right now, and the program right now, having a chance to propel themselves up there with the great college programs such as Duke, Kentucky, UNC, so UCLA. I mean, hey, I have a chance to really make some noise and make some history here. I'm gonna keep at it. So I'm not mad that he did what he did, but it's just disappointing, I would say, more so than a disservice, because of the things that the Lakers have done over the years to not secure somebody getting that job.
Let us know in the comments.
And why would he want to coach LeBron? What are you talking about?
What you think about
you would want to coach the greatest of all time?
No.
The Dan Hurley situation, the Lakers situation? Who do they hire as coach? Vote on the poll. Let's get to these finals before we get goofy and get out of here. Dre, the finals over? I mean, I know you said it's not over yet. Boston up 2-0. And the scary thing is Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown really haven't had a great game yet. Drew Holiday led them yesterday with over 20 points. Luka got going in the first half, finished with a triple-double, but no help, and really seems like his injuries are just wearing him down. And Kyrie, nowhere to be found as well. Series does shift to Dallas on Wednesday for Game 3.
I was optimistic, and I said that it's not over in the last segment that we just did, but this is the flex zone, and I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. This thing is over, y'all. I mean... I mean,
Oh, snap.
you know what happens when you go up 2-0. And I mean, it was one thing, last night, game one, Porzingis, you figured, all right, he's not going to have that type of game every time. That was a once in a blue moon type of thing. Then game two happened when we were doing the live stream last night for NXT, and the Mavs they were right in it, and then that fourth quarter they just started pulling away, and it's just like, my gosh, I don't know. I mean, Luka, it's really, it feels like how Ant-Man was out there in the previous series against the Mavs. It's just one man against the whole team. Kyrie has been really disappointing in this series. But we said Porzingis would be the difference maker in this, and he was in game one. Game two, another trade that they made, Drew Holiday, he was the difference in this last game. So it just seems like Boston is just too much for them, and nobody else is showing up for these finals except Luka. And until somebody else shows up, because we really, though we focus in on the stars, it's really about the role players and other people who step up. Until that happens, the Mavs aren't winning. And I mean, maybe it's a gentleman, might be a sweep, might be a gentleman's sweep, but this thing is over. I mean, you can't go down 2-0 to a Boston team that's hungry, and they've made the moves to be the superpower team in the NBA right now. And I say superpower because the being able to get Drew Holiday, being able to get Porzingis already along with Tatum and Brown, when in today's cap, you see the big three era is over. So, I mean, you could barely get these people unless you get them at the minimum. And sometimes that doesn't even work, because you see the Clippers have 4 Hall of Famers on their team, and they can't even get they can't get to the conference finals. So right now it just seems like it's just over for the Mavs. I feel bad for Luka for getting to an NBA finals, and then it seemed like so much promise and potential as the hottest team in the league, and Boston just killed all momentum of any of that happening.
Raj, go ahead.
Bro, you did a long soliloquy about nothing. All right. I told you last week that this team has too much depth. I told you that there was too much for the Mavericks. Y'all both picked the Mavericks to win. Now it seems like, oh, Big Raj was right. It is too much depth. Look, Porzingis is scoring 20. Drew Holiday scoring 26. Derek White, ball-headed ass, is out there balling out of control. And what is Jason Tatum doing? Averaging triple doubles. What is Jaylen Brown doing? He dunking on people. I mean, but they don't have to do or carry the load, because they have everybody else working with them and working for them. So Kyrie Irving, like you said, has been very disappointing. That's the key factor right there for Dallas. It's Kyrie Irving averaging 13 points in 2 games. You need to average about 30, sir, if you want to have a chance to win this series. And although Luka Doncic is hurt, he is still putting on points, still putting on a clinic offensively. But the others, other than Kyrie Irving, has not been showing up. PJ Washington is nowhere to be found. Daniel Gafford is nowhere to be found as well. And Mark Cuban, of course, is nowhere to be found. It is what it is. It's about to be that time. That's right. That's right. Hit him again.
Oh, yeah.
Getting smacked. Oh, oh my. Oh yes, there you go. But like I was saying before, this series has been over since the inception of it. I don't think they're coming back. I don't see the Mavericks.
Yo, he's doing so much damage with that chair, yo.
Yes.
I mean, that was Stone Cold back in the day, man. You either got a stun or you got a chair.
Somebody's getting hit on the head with a chair. Right now is the Dallas Mavericks. They getting hit in the head with chairs all game long. So I just don't see this tide turning. I think that either Boston is going to sweep them, or Dallas is going to win at least one game. But this series is over with, man. They don't have no real answer for anything on Boston, because Boston has a complete team. Like, they have a complete team. And Dallas' run, although it has been great in the playoffs, is coming to an end.
Good, Cavante.
So the tipping point of this whole thing is Porzingis. I didn't think Porzingis was going to come in there and look like he been playing this whole time. Porzingis has not been playing basketball for quite some time. He didn't have no rust. He looked like he played 2 days ago. He looked like he been in the gym. He probably been practicing with the team for all we know, and just ain't been playing in the games. Like I was thought to believe, I believe that he was hurt this whole time. You know what I'm saying? And really just got cleared to play. He looked like he been playing all year. He looked like he is in prime mid-season, prime playoff form. Like he's been playing these playoffs. That's how he looked. He looked like he been playing. He playing like he been there. He looks like he's playing like he been there. And that is the absolute difference maker, because now it's given that Tatum don't even got to show up for real, because now Porzingis look like he's trying to make up for lost time. You know what I'm saying? Like he's coming in, he's the third option for real, and playing like he got something to prove. And who's the third option? If we going for player, who's the third option for Dallas? Is it PJ? I haven't heard from Tim Hardaway. Does Tim Hardaway still play for this team?
It's Brittany Renner. That's who the third option is.
If that's the third option, then they getting swept, right? If that's the third option, they getting swept. But Porzingis is the difference maker, because he hasn't been there none of the playoffs, right? When did he get hurt?
I think
He's been out since April.
At the end of the season, he got it.
Right. So he ain't been a part of none of the playoffs. That means he's not a part of the game plan or none of that. And even then, you come back, you're like, God damn, like, you gonna have some rust on you? He looks like he's been playing the whole time. And now, at first, I thought it was even somewhat. Porzingis knocked it. It's completely over now. It's completely over to the Celtics side. Completely. Porzingis is the reason why, because he's been a non-factor for all the playoffs because he hasn't been playing. And now, boom, he come back and he looked like he's in regular playoff form. So he's the difference. And the Mavericks, and if you go in tip play for player, the Boston Celtics have a bunch of guys who do well with spacing and guys that can either shoot or score, which is putting the Dallas Mavericks defensively in a very precarious situation. And on the offensive side, you just have Luka and Kyrie. Unfortunately, I didn't know no PJ. I haven't seen Tim Hardaway Jr. The team that beat the Timberwolves, where did that team go? Kyrie was all this and all that. And it looks like, and Kyrie is very disappointing right now. Very disappointed, because I feel like if he'd have played how he did in the beginning minutes of the second game, the whole game, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Because this was the game to get, because the Celtics did not play a very good game. In game two, it would be like they did not play to their caliber. So Dallas, this should have been the game to get, but Kyrie would have had to have one of them games. He's finally helping the Celtics. I don't like it. So, and it seems like all the chirping is really, it feels like he's affected. The whole Dallas, the fans, and all the atmosphere, he looks like he's affected. And it's affecting him negatively. And he was talking, I think it was after game one, where he was like, I thought they'd be louder. Shut up and ball. Shut up. Just like last series when Anthony Edwards woke up the beast in Kyrie. So I want that matchup. Shut up. Shut up. Hey, Byron, where's my stupid button? Where's my stupid button?
You need to get a shut up soundbite, by the way.
Because
Stupid.
what are we talking about?
Just stupid.
Stupid. Just stupid. Anthony Edwards. Stupid. Just stupid. Leave Kyrie alone. But now you done woke up a beast and he done gave y'all. He done gave it to y'all. Kyrie, it's your turn. You talking about the goddamn fans. We're not even talking about ball no more. You got a chance for a championship. You got a chance to get a championship without LeBron James. You got a chance. This is your chance right here. And you out here worried about the fans and how loud they been. And you playing like trash. Kyrie! What my man say? Kyrie! Kyrie ain't saying, Kyrie! You not hooping, Kyrie. You not hooping. And it sucks because now is the NBA Finals is not watchable. Kyrie, Luka needs you. That's Luka. That's Luka. Kyrie. Luka is calling Kyrie because I don't know how many minutes it is, but I'm sure it's a lot. Luka then played 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, a whole bunch of minutes because every game he averaged 40, 44 minutes. At some point, he gonna break down because he don't get no breaks for real, unless they blowing somebody out. Kyrie, where you at, man? Dallas, Luka needs you to make this into a competitive series. They need you, and especially now that the Celtics got their third guy who just came back, who looked like he's always been there and ain't never left. Yeah, y'all got a problem. And also, the Celtics are a better team away than they are at home.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure that. The next 2 games in y'all crib. Next three games in y'all crib.
I think it's back to 2-2, 1-1-1.
Oh, it's 2. Okay, well, the next 2.
Yep,
well,
2,
you may not even get past the 2. So damn the 3. Even if it was 3, damn the 3. You may not get there the way y'all been playing. But very disappointing. Raj, you hit the nail on the head again, brother. It looks like the Celtics are finally able to get over the hump. Thank you, Porzingis. Because for Porzingis, he tipped this scale mean. He tipped this scale real mean. And shout out to Drew Holiday. Trying to tell that guy Shane every time. Trying to tell Shane he was going to be all right. Shane made that big fuss, and now he about to get his 18th banner. Probably.
I hope they don't.
More than likely, they're probably going to get their next banner. I understand how y'all feel as Lakers fans, but in 2-0 in the finals, I think it's like 80-85% or something like that when you go up 2-0, something like that.
Sharon down there letting it out as well.
That's right, Miss Sharon. He's right. Exactly. That's what. That's
if Kyrie would have shown up, it'd probably be 1-1 right now.
Let us know. Vote on the poll. What you think about the finals? Is it over? Will we still be talking about this series next Monday? I think Game 3 is Wednesday, and then it would be
Wednesday.
Then it would be Friday. I'll get the schedule right now. Actually, as I'm on
Friday.
Yeah, so it'll be Friday, and then it would be Wednesday, and Friday. Game 4 would be Friday, and then I think if needed, Game 5 would be on Monday.
If needed, my heavens.
If needed, so in Boston. So we may be on air while we talk about the crowning of a new champion. Well, Sharon, you look like you just don't win either way because either one of them is going to win. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Cravante, you ready to get goofy, my guy?
Let's do it.
It's time for Cravante